Welcome to Just Ranked. Thank you so much for coming back and checking us out. We are the Four Norms. Me, Jimmy, him, Chris,
Norm,
him, Dink, him, Joe. Thank you so much for coming back again. This is the season 2 premiere of our second season. We survived. You survived our first season. We have an awesome show. First, let's get the bullshit out of the way. Go to justrankedpod.com. There's a new little clickable spot. We have merch. Yay! It's pretty cool. You some cool ideas that we all came up with ourselves. You can go ahead and buy it, wear it around, advertise for free for us. That'd be fantastic. But bringing it back in, we are doing Led Zeppelin this week. This is a band that is very close to my heart. I love Led Zeppelin. My brother and I fight saying who's a bigger Zeppelin fan. It's awesome brother rivalry. But I have a little bit of a useless knowledge I'm going to drop on you. It's not going to be really long. It's going to be pretty quick, pretty simple. In London, 1968, Zeppelin forms. Jimmy Page was reforming the Yardbirds, the new Yardbirds, and he recruited Robert Plant. Robert Plant said, hey, I had this drummer. I believe the band was Smile. John Bonham, he's amazing. He's powerful. He comes in. John Paul Jones, a legendary session artist, comes in. They formulate one of the greatest bands in rock history. They're widely considered to be, one of the most powerful, innovative, successful, and influential bands in history of modern music being 1950 to current. 9 studio albums. The last one, Coda, was released posthumously after John Bonham died. 18 singles. The last one charted in 2007, well after the band disbanded, and that was Kashmir from Mothership. They have one movie theater release that was originally released in 2 different theaters, and I didn't write those down. Midnight screening, the label president fell asleep, didn't even get to see the movie. Hit or miss. People, big Zeppelin fans, love this movie. A lot of people think it's kind of cheesy and kind of weakly edited, but I love it. I'm a fan of it. I own it on Blu-ray. I own it on DVD. I own it on VHS. I own it on probably reel-to-reel. 300 million records worldwide, 111.5 million in the U.S. alone. It's one of the world's best-selling artists. Number 7 overall in the world for best-selling artists. Number 5 in America. Real quick, if you guys want to try guessing who the other top 4 are, I think we went through this another time. You guys might remember.
In America?
In America.
The Eagles?
Eagles, number 4, 120 million.
Michael Jackson.
Not in the
Garth Brooks?
7. Garth Brooks is number 2 at 162 million.
Holy shit, really?
Yeah. Number 1 is the Beatles at 180
Oh, yeah, the
million.
Beatles.
Yeah.
Number 2 is Garth Brooks at 162 million. Elvis at 146.5 million. Number 4, the Eagles at 120. Number 6, Tay-Tay at 110 million.
Wow,
so
she's creeping up.
Fucking impressive. Michael Jackson, as I mentioned, 90 million. So, Zeppelin has several highly acclaimed achievements. The biggest one was the Kennedy Center honor. If any of you have ever seen Heart deliver the greatest Stairway to Heaven rendition, the hair on my legs just stood up. Ann Wilson, amazing. Jason Bonham, the son of John Bonham, playing drums, saluting to the band after they were done. Very heartfelt moment. John Paul Jones, Robert Plant, and Jimmy Page, they were crying, seeing the delivered message. There's so much we could go off of, and hopefully you guys can fill in some of the gaps. I didn't want to go on. I mean, Zeppelin, heavy guitar-driven rock. They are one of the foundations of hard rock and heavy metal, along with Black Sabbath, as we talked about in that episode. Please go back and check that out. They change music and they help us establish stadium rock and album-oriented rock, where you want to listen to the whole album, as Joe talks about famously.
Albums still matter. Like books and Black Lives, albums still matter.
post breakup, when the band broke up in 1981, there were some bands that formed out of the musicians. Jimmy Page, he was on Robert Plant's Honey Drippers album playing guitar. The Firm, two good albums there. Page and Plant. Some people love that. Some people don't. I loved it. I believe Joe and Dink said that they loved it. Coverdale Page, we've talked about that.
I love Coverdale Page.
Them Crooked Vultures. I know Joe's a big fan of Them Crooked Vultures. I believe there's a couple of other iterations of the Zeppelin former bandmates. I don't want to go too much further because we might talk about that more. Let's hear about our list. Joe, you're taking it away.
We probably may have said this a couple times over the last 50 episodes, but
two, three times.
This was a fucking hard episode to do, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I said before, I think we were talking about after, like, I think before one of our shows or after one of our shows we were recording, I said we were kind of talking about we were going to be doing Zeppelin. I said, I was going to make it easy on myself. I just made a smart playlist and just did all the 4 and 5 star songs of Zeppelin. And there was 85 songs.
Easily.
So I was like, so I had to weed through that 4 and 5 star list of weeded down to 4. I mean, and we always say this is hard, but it's also the best part of the show, right? I mean,
for us, yeah.
Will my list be different next week? Certainly, probably. But right now, this is my list right now. So, and some might be surprised you guys, and some may not. Oh, but yeah, samesies.
Yeah.
I'm going to say 2.
Ooh, this is tough. I'm going to say 2. I'm going to say 3. Oh, okay.
I'm going to say 1.
Okay.
There you go.
Nice. All across the board here.
All right. Well,
There's just so many songs. I think that you guys, I just think that this.
I mean,
sorry, Joe.
No, I was saying the same thing because when I was picking my songs, I'm like, okay, well, we all know Joe's infamous 1971.
Right.
Yes, right. I might have some surprises in there. I may not. I don't know. But this one, I've always loved this song. It's considered one of the early heavy metal songs, the creation of heavy metal. My number 4 is Achilles' Last Stand.
Oh, wow.
Oh, number 5 on my list.
Okay. So do we already have a samesies right out of the gate? Okay. It's, of course, their opening track from their 7th album, Presence, from 1976. The song was never released as a single, so there's no chart info. But the song was, of course, written by Page and Plant, with like a lot of the materials Page and Plant, right? Mm-hmm. Led Zeppelin took a break from performing to remain tax exiles of UK. Yep. The group had to limit their time that they lived in the UK. So Page and Plant stayed in Monaco. So the opening line of the song, it was April morning when they told us we should go. As I turned to you, you smiled and say, should we say no? That's actually referring to them having to go somewhere else and not live in the UK so they don't have to pay the UK taxes. Right. So, of course, everyone knows the song is actually really about, Robert Plant's struggle with trying to, he wanted to quit the group after his car accident. He'd severely broken his leg and they had to kind of talk him not leaving the band. And he recorded most of the album in a wheelchair, right? So it spent a better part of a year in a wheelchair of that year. So the title is really meant as an ironic reference to Plant's severe ankle injury from when he got in that accident, August 1975. So the song is really tongue in cheek about not just Achilles, but he's Achilles. That's the joke. So, but like I said, this song is considered one of the first. I mean, this song is heavy, especially for the time for 1926. This song is, that guitar part, man, guitar parts.
Right.
This song almost sounds like completely anything different than Zeppelin had done before.
Yeah.
But it still sounds like Zeppelin.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, oh shit, this is where they're going now.
Yeah.
Wow, this is amazing, man. Now, yeah, so this song was easily when I thought my top 4, this is the one song I for sure knew was gonna be my top 4. So that's my number 4, Achilles' Last Stand.
Good pick.
Well, I used it in the lyrics episode. Go back and check that out.
Yep.
Huge fan of this, the drum beat, and I love the vocal stylings that I love it so much. there's so many cool twists and turns. Robert Plant described it as driving down a windy road musically.
Yep.
And it makes such sense. And hearing that quote and listening to the song again, which I went back and I listened to 92 Led Zeppelin songs for my list. I wanted to put this on there again, but I had already talked about it. So I'm so glad that you put that on.
Yeah, and I should probably say my caveat too is, and since at Joe's infamous 1971 list, I wasn't going to go through and list the same 4 songs or anything off of Led Zeppelin 4.
Right.
I'd covered that era.
You could have said that before, I guess, my Sainties.
Right. Information helps.
No, so I didn't want to retread water, but at the same time, I'm approaching season 2 a little bit different. I'm going to approach season 2 like at the beginning of season 1. My 4 has always been my number 4. I don't care if Jimmy's talked about it or Dink's talked about it, Chris talked about it, or if I brought it before. I want to make sure that I'm being true to the list and true to the show. And the only reason I didn't bring up, like I said, anything from 4 is because I waxed greatly about that, that entire album, that episode. So
yeah.
4 songs, same songs from the same album. Go back and listen to that episode.
So is that your disclaimer, though, Joe? Would they be in this 4, or they actually don't make the cut? They did for that year, but they don't quite make
what
the
do you say?
4.
What I say about Stairway to Heaven? I think that's one of the greatest songs ever written. I think it's one of the top 3 more songs ever written. So if I was being true to this list, I'd have to say Stairway to Heaven's on there. Do I still listen to that song now? No, because like I said, I have Stairway to Heaven burn it like everyone else does, right? But when you go back and listen to it with fresh ears, a pair of headphones, it's like, man, this song is amazing. And it's one of the best, like I said, I'm not joking, 3 songs ever written ever.
Right. So, unless you're chaperoning a teen dance, you're probably not listening.
Not again.
You're in the corner with your flask.
Okay.
You're speaking for
that reminds me of number 3.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
That reminds me of number 3. So this song was actually kind of surprising to me because it's a song that I actually love playing. But this song is very much Led Zeppelin. It's acoustic. It's distorted guitar. It's drums. It's bass. My number 3 is from Houses of the Holy. It is Over the Hills and Far Away.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, shit.
Wow. Triple whammy.
Did not make my list. Cheers, brothers.
Such a great
This song actually made my list very late. Again, I play this song on guitar. I like playing this song. I always have for many years. I still listen to this song. And when I was going to make my list, I kept on ignoring it. I'm like, why am I ignoring the song? I still listen to the song. So I made it fitting that I made the song my number 3. The song was released as the first single from House of the Holy. It reached number 51 on Billboard in the US, as well as hitting number 63 in Canada. So Canada wasn't so keen on it, but the song was written by Page and Plant as usual. The band performed the song several times before they actually recorded the actual song. So they actually played it live in concert many times before they actually recorded the song.
Worked out the kinks.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it. Page and Plant also composed the song in 1970 at Brownie Yar. But initially the song was actually called Many, Many Times.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that one.
And Plant did actually change the lyrics towards the last parts of the writing the song. And so they actually changed the lyrics to Over Hills and Far Away. And that's my number 3.
Love this pick.
And the other thing, like I said, I reiterated this word, this song is quintessential because it's acoustic and electric guitar. That's Led Zeppelin, right? In the nutshell. They're kind of the ones that kind of really mastered that back in the day.
Yep.
And I have very little to add as far as notes. You banged pretty much everything. It's the only thing I have here that you didn't say, which is irrelevant really, but the B-side was Dancing Days, right? It was the A side and the B-side was Dancing Days, but you hit everything else that I was going to say. So that's good. When I get my turn, it'll be
well, and unless I missed it, the only thing I have that you didn't have was it had a resurgence in 2007. It hit 63 in the US Billboard Hot Digital.
From Mothership, yeah.
The other thing I have here, which I just was great, and we love our old school Rolling Stone quotes, don't we? Rolling Stone was not a big fan of Led Zeppelin back in the day when these albums were being released. But Gordon Fletcher, I had to look up because one thing that's great about Rolling Stone is they have archived everything online. So you can read articles from 1967, whatever.
Oh, wow.
Gordon Fletcher of Rolling Stone criticized the song, calling it the track dull. He stated the song was cut from the same mold as Stairway to Heaven, but becomes more dull without that song's torrid guitar solo.
Wow.
How could you be so wrong about everything?
That's like the
Thank
same
you for
guy
your
that said Stevie Nicks was underwhelming on.
Landslide? No.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're right. Yes,
Yeah.
Landslide. Yep. But yeah, and that's why I like when I see these quotes, I want to go back and you can easily find them and do a Google search. You'll always find the Rolling Stone article, and I always love pointing out who that stupid motherfucker was, whoever said that stupid shit.
Right.
Because especially back in, like I said, if you go back to any old review of Rolling Stone reviewing Led Zeppelin, no fans.
Wow.
One of the best bands of all time.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just that Stairway to Heaven torrid guitar solo.
Well, I guess my only note is my first band that actually like played out, not the high school band that you jammed with your friends, where you're actually going out and doing shows and whatnot. We had a repertoire of about 7 Zeppelin songs. I'm not going to name them in case they're on you guys' list, but this was one of those songs.
Yeah, it's such a fun song to play.
Yeah, we used to have so much fun doing that.
Number 2, I think this one. The next 2 I knew was going to be on my list too. So I think the hard thing was making sure in my head, I went through and listened to every album. Coda, not really, not so much.
Love Coda.
I know you do. Yeah, we talked about it before. Coda, you love Coda.
Leftovers, yeah.
I just knew anything on that album wasn't going to be better than it was released before that. That's all. I was trying to maximize my time. I've been grandpa a lot this week, so I need to maximize my time. So my number
Disregard half of my list now. That's fine.
my number 2 is also House of the Holy. It is No Quarter.
God, I love this song.
This song was written by Jones, Page and Plant. Second to last song on the album. It was really cool because the early version of this song was actually written and recorded during the Led Zeppelin 4 sessions. Mm-hmm. The version made onto the album, though, it actually evolved from a faster version they had recorded after that initial version. After which Jimmy Page applied the vari speed, which means you can it was an old tool they used to use on tape machines. You could literally easily slow down a tape or speed it up.
It's a pitch dial.
Yeah, yep, exactly. And he dropped it down 1 semitone. And for you to don't know what a semitone is, it's kind of that space between 2 different notes. So it's kind of out of tune technically, right? Because he's dropping everything down, not even a half step. It's like really like it's between the 2 notes. So he did that to get a thicker and more intense mood, which it works because this song is intense, right?
Mm-hmm.
This song was played at virtually every Led Zeppelin concert the band performed until 1980. They stopped playing after that. So it's moody, dramatic, and like I said, it just grabs your soul when you listen. It's one of those songs, again, you put on the headphones and you get lost.
Yes, yes, headphone rock.
Mean, it's dark. I love everything about it. That's my number 2, No Quarter.
Fucking love this pick.
I especially love the Tool cover.
Oh yeah.
You're right. I forgot.
Oh my god, it's so good.
There's so many there's so many covers of this song.
Yeah.
But yeah, that cover is a great. I do it. That's great. That's a great pick.
This song did not make my list, but I have a very distinct memory with this song. And it was in high school. Drugs are bad, kids. But myself and 2 other buddies, Dave Caddick, Mike Barker, we had a big puff ball. You know those puff balls you get in the woods?
Yep.
So we fried that up in some butter and we ate some mushrooms. And we got annihilated, right? And No Quarter was playing. And the guys had left me alone. And I was with all the girlfriends. And they're talking and I'm tripping out, and my dad was an insurance appraiser, and they were out in his car, and he had a camera in his car because he'd take pictures of autos and stuff, and they were taking pictures of their legs and of the inside of the car and stuff. And then when my dad got the film developed, he was like, "Who was in my car? Whose legs are these?" And I was like, "I don't know what you're talking about because I wasn't there."
I got to give you no quarter, Dad. I don't know.
Yeah, but the no quarter was the backdrop. We played it a couple times because one of the girls was a huge Zeppelin fan. She goes, "Put that on again," because they're just chatting away, and I was just like, "Whoa, yeah, put it on again!" Like, just so every time I hear that song, I think about that night. So.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's like because when the song came on, I was talking to my wife. And I said I had this distinct memory of sitting with my friend at the time, Troy, and he had this two giant, like where you had used to have those giant speakers, speaker cabinets. He had 4 of them in his bedroom. His bedroom is about the size of my, a little bit bigger than this room here, but still not a big room. These giant speaker cabinets, which were placed around the 4 corners of his bed.
Crank it.
4 quarters of his bed. You'd lay on his bed, dude, and you'd crank this. Oh, dude, I'm telling you. Oh, great.
Yeah,
and
true surround.
I might have been a little stoned. But
yeah, you might have.
Yeah. Well, again, is that our time? Because I know about you guys during high school, there was nothing bigger in that time than everyone loving Zeppelin and Floyd.
Yeah.
Oh, so many cassette tapes in my car, Zeppelin tapes, right?
Yeah.
Like, on the way to parties, on the way back from parties, on road trips,
at the parties, right?
At the parties,
yeah. At the next party, I don't know you guys. We used to party
steal my tape at the party, like
right.
Fuck you, asshole. That's my tape. Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, that was the one thing. Everyone would like their music, but the 2 bands everyone would always agree on would be those 2 bands at that time, right?
Right. It was safe to put on, which you can't even agree on anything nowadays because I know from my own high school reunion, nobody can agree on any of the music. Or back then, it's like nobody, because you didn't have all these playlists. You just put it on and everybody like, yeah, that's fine. Put that on. It's good all night, right?
Yeah. Well, it's great mood music too, man, because even if you're chilling or if it was a party, obviously it was always Zeppelin being those Zeppelin has always had the up-tempo stuff. But even then, when the party started dying down, like I said, we used to party out. So by the 3rd party went to that night, everyone's kind of chilling everywhere. And, Zeppelin would come on and always be something like No Quarters. Like, it's the perfect mood, right?
Right. Does anybody have a puffball?
Well, in my opening, I talked about the theatrical release, and that song remains the same. This is the standout song in that live concert footage. It's amazing. They show them building up to going to the stage, coming back out to play, and just I love that, and that Mellotron that John Paul Jones plays. Yep. Oh, love it. It
just mixes so well with everything.
It sets such a beautiful mood to the song.
Yeah. And it's an instrument too that could be just the wrong instrument, right? But it fits so well. Yeah, it really does, man. All right. My number 1. I didn't think this would be number 1, but it turned out to be number 1 today. Just because of going through everything through the last few days. I know Jimmy loves this album. I think this is his favorite album. So this is from In Through the Outdoor. My number 1 is In the Evening.
Oh. And
I didn't think this would be number 1, man, but I've been jamming out this last few days.
Quarter and In the Evening on my list.
Again, ask me next week or a month from now. We say this all the time, might be different, but this last week it's been. When this song comes on, it's kind of getting them. I mean, it was No Quarter number 1 for the longest time, and then just kind of snuck in there. Yeah. Again, I think what helps it a little bit is because it is a little more commercial, right?
Right.
I mean, it's more poppy. I think I hate to say poppy, but it's more of that radio friendly melody type of thing, right?
Well, it has the foundation of hard rock. I mean, if you listen to how this song is written, that's most of hard rock songs.
Agreed, 100%. Obviously, this is the first song of Zeppelin's '79 album, In Through the Outdoor. It was written by
way to start.
The guitar solo starts out like a fucking violent car wreck. And I mean that in a great way. Yeah. But every time that guitar solo kicks in, I'm like, God damn, it's like he's in the car playing his guitar, and he just gets into a crash because it's like just makes this tremendous noise with his instrument, right?
He's bending the neck to make strings go loose and shake against.
But he's messing with the strings at the same time, which it doesn't sound like like when what it typically does when you do that with a guitar,
right?
Because he's fucking Jimmy Page, right?
Right.
But every time that solo kicks in, I'm like, this sounds like a car wreck in a good way. I literally always picture him in the backseat playing his guitar, and they hit somebody. It's like, oh, that's what happens. It's the sound it makes. I've always, okay. So in my mind, I want you guys, but when I listen to songs from an artist, sometimes I either, this is a sister song of that song, or this song is an opposite of this song. Yeah. This song to me has always been the opposite of Fool in the Rain. Okay. I don't know why, but to Joe, they remind me of each other, even though they're nothing alike. I don't know what it is, but
same album, same time space.
Yeah, but they're completely different. Like in the evenings, like it's dark, it's moody, it's almost mysterious, right? Where Fool in the Rain, it's bright, it's playful, it's more cheerful, obviously, right? But for whatever reason, in my mind, when I think of one, I think of the other one, even though they're nothing alike.
Yep.
So, and the other thing is too, a testament at that time where they were at, the fact they could write those two songs and be completely different and still be Zeppelin.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's where I really appreciate this album, because this art, I never appreciated Into the Outdoor until my later years. And it's been that's how old I am. The last 25 years, this has always been one of my favorite Zeppelin albums now.
Yeah.
So, like I said, that guitar track is amazing. It's one of the few Zeppelin songs that actually fades out. Mm-hmm. If you go through all their songs, man, a lot of their songs end. A lot of their songs don't. I think off the top of my head, I tried going through real quick. I could count 8 songs of all their songs that actually fade out. Might be a little off a number there, but I've tried figuring that out as much as I went along, as quickly as good. But yeah, which I found interesting, because when it always kind of catches me off when the song just fades out, because their songs never do that. So
yeah,
that's my number one in the evening.
Fucking love it.
Great pick.
The one thing I do like about this list, I think it's kind of spans what Zeppelin is. I think we'll see that with everyone's list, you know. Mm-hmm. And I think we'll see that with Dink's list. Or Dink's list.
Oh, it's me?
There you go.
All right. There you guys are. You were blurry. Okay. All right. So I don't have a disclaimer.
No disclaimer. Wow.
What?
My list is my list. My 4 are my 4. I am bringing another song from Houses of Holy. So I'm probably bringing the Most Basic Bitch here as my number 4. And it is the last track on the album. It is The Ocean.
Oh, good song.
I love this song. I know some people get annoyed by this song within the Zeppelin category and their catalog because of maybe overkill, because it's been sampled a few times, and I'll get to that later in my notes.
Bum, bum, bum.
Yeah, it's so distinctive. That riff, Jimmy's riff, is very well known, right? And I love that. It was never released as a primary A-side. It was a B-side in North America that got heavy FM airplay because of the A-side, and the A-side was Dire Maker or Jamaica.
Jamaica, yes.
Right.
That is the way to say it.
That is the way you say it, but nobody says that.
That might be part of my notes.
Dire Maker.
I still call it Dire Maker, even though I know.
Right. The song itself, lyrically, Plant, who wrote the song, kind of gives a nod to the sea of fans, is what he's referring to as the ocean, right?
Yeah.
And kind of a playful jab at the critics too, the ocean of critics that come after them and write terrible Rolling Stone reviews. Musically, it's Bonham's halftime stomping groove, John Paul Jones's bass, and like I said, been sampled heavily, especially or well known in Beastie Boys' She's Crafty, and in Robert Plant's his own song, right? Tall Cool
thing at the very end, yeah.
Right. And that's really it. All I have for my notes. I love this song, and put that on a t-shirt.
Well, I'll expand first. This was another one of those 7 songs by my first playing out band, Hemlock. Love you, Xander. We had so much fun playing this song. It was a fan favorite. Zeppelin! All right, so we'll play some Zeppelin. And this is most of the time the song that was played. Loved playing the song. John Bonham's drums in this are just amazing. He's not doing anything really crazy on there, but he plays against Jimmy Page's note a lot and John Paul Jones's note a lot, and I just really love that. Love it. That's it.
Yeah, great pick. And I think, people can say basic bitches. I don't care if you put Black Dog on here. It's a fucking Zeppelin song. It's great
Right.
shit. Yeah.
Right, and none of their songs are basic, but there'd be some that are like I think I said it in '71 when I had Misty Mountain Hop on my list, which is number 5 on my list, and I said it that night. I went back and looked, so that's accurate. So it's not going to make tonight, but I said at that time that might have been the first. No, I think I said Basic Bitch in Van Halen the first episode, but that was a basic bitch for me because there's Zeppelin songs that everybody knows,
Right.
and then there's the deeper cuts that Zeppelin fans know, right? So.
Yeah.
When I was looking at stuff, I came across a video. I think it was Jeff Beck was asked in an interview what his inspirations were, and he said sadness, depression, happiness, hope, all these like emotions. And he goes, and anything Led Zeppelin does.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, totally.
Well, with that being said, he also played on that Honey Drippers album.
Yep. That's
Right.
right. That's right. Yeah.
All right, I'll move along to my number 3. And it is a bit of a slower tune compared to The Ocean. And it is off Led Zeppelin 2. And if anyone remembers our Island Albums episode, Led Zeppelin 2 was one of my Island albums.
Yeah.
So this is the first of 2 in the next 3 songs from Led Zeppelin 2. In fact, when I think about it and I look at this list now, I've only covered 2 albums. But it is what is and what should never be. I love this track. There's just something and when I got my notes, it said somewhere I read it stands as one of the bands.
Oh, nice, Nancy. There we go.
Oh, nice.
There's
Nice.
2.
Number 2.
Stands as one of the band's most atmospheric and experimental tracks from their early years.
Yeah.
And that totally made sense to me. I'm like, I'm writing that down because that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so moody.
Yeah, I also took that down.
nice. Yeah. Like it just, I was like, wow, that is totally accurate description of that song.
Yeah.
Never released as a traditional single, but heavy airplay, and was on the Billboard, peaked at number 47 without being released. So that just shows how huge that band was, right? The lyrics are widely believed to be about a complicated romantic relationship. And then I found this right before we came on and started filming, that Stephen Davis is the author of Zeppelin's biography, Hammer of the Gods, the Zeppelin saga. The lyrics for this song reflect a romance Plan had with his wife's younger sister. So that's the complicated relationship.
Right.
I did not know about that until, like I said, tonight, half an hour ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I just have some mumbo jumbo about the band, which is the same with all their songs, how great they all are during. There's just something about this album itself that I love, and there's just something about this song and my number 1 that I just love these tracks, right? So yeah, that's it. That's my number 3.
You saying that reminds me of back in the day. I literally just had a memory of back our local rock radio station. Every now and then, only in like it could be any night, but it was a night radio station. He'd be like, you know what, we're gonna listen to Led Zeppelin 2 tonight, and be every track.
Yeah, I wouldn't turn the radio. That'd be good.
Or
Even though you can just do it on your own.
going back to what we were talking about before, is only Zeppelin and Floyd. He never did that with any other bands. It's like, and just be arbitrary. Now we're listening to Led Zeppelin 4 tonight.
Yeah.
And I believe you're talking about KQ.
Yes, KQR.
KQRS. Every Labor Day they did unleaded Zeppelin A through Z.
Yeah.
3 days, the whole catalog.
Okay.
It was so awesome. Every single year.
Yep. Thank you. I forgot about that too. Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, with your
I
pick,
had the only thing I had that is just who gives a shit, but because all the other notes are gone, it was one of the first songs that Page used Gibson Les Paul guitar for recording, which was his go-to guitar for recording.
Yeah. Well, going off of that song, Zeppelin could run the gamut of emotions and feelings, and that's Zeppelin 2 is when they started to really hit, leaving the standard blues from Zeppelin 1, going to Zeppelin 2, and then into Zeppelin 3, they started getting this ability to create moody music, and this is probably one of the first examples from Zeppelin at the time of it just, they had this ability to create an emotion and a mood based on just a bunch of random chords and a bunch of primates playing instruments. And it was just fucking cool as shit how they were able to just flip the script every single song.
Yeah, I totally agree. Just
Yeah, and they were,
A lot of their songs didn't necessarily chart, but their albums sure did. Fuck, man, like
Mhm.
unreal.
yeah,
Right. Staying power, right? Too. We're on the charts for like not Floyd numbers because those
Floyd
were
numbers,
ridiculous. Like
so yeah,
Except for 4.
yeah.
except for
Or
four.
chart-
Right.
Zeppelin 4 has charted in 4 separate decades.
Right. Just bizarre, right?
And it's going off what you're saying about them being able to create sounds and emotions. They were able to, I think, still the only band. Well, there's been a couple songs here and there, but they're the only band every time they covered a song, which they did a lot,
Yep.
could make it their own and bring out that emotion that they could do, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, a rare format. Otherwise, to me, a lot of covers sound like a cover, you know, and they could take an old blues song, put their own twist on it, and they could give you that same exact emotion.
Right.
So,
Well,
yeah.
they also took some writing
Exactly.
credits. I mean, look at the Lemon song. That's a cover, but
Right.
they put their writing credits on.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Again, they never did a straight up cover.
Mhm.
It was typically they always put their own twist on it, you know. So
Yeah.
All right, my number 2 is the same Z Over the Hills and Far Away, so we don't need to talk about that. A beauty song, love it.
Love it.
And my number 1 is always been my number 1, and I mentioned it in that 71 episode, and it is Ramble On from Led Zeppelin 2.
I remember that.
Yeah. Shit, like it peaked at number 80 on the Billboard Hot 100 without, again, traditional single promotion. So that's, and then eventually released as a digital single in 07 and charted at number 6 on the Billboard Canadian Digital Song Sales. So
Mothership. Yep.
that's cool.
Yep.
Driven by John Paul Jones, really. I think
That was gonna be my note.
yeah, the bass line is just iconic, right? And of course, it shifts between the acoustic folk and the explosive rock. And of course, the Lord of the Rings bullshit, right? Which I don't like the Lord of the Rings stuff. I don't like the
I do.
movies. I don't like the books,
I do.
but I love this song. So I don't know. Anyway, Bottom's drums kind of enter late and they are solid as ever, right? Just kind of iconic.
Yep.
I've heard that song probably 200 times in my life. I don't know if that's an
Or more,
exaggeration
yeah.
or less.
Or now.
But when I listen, yeah, well, who knows, right? You say these, I always throw, I've heard that song 1,000 times. Have you really heard it 1,000 times? I was thinking about this today.
Some
So
songs.
I thought, 200 for sure. Probably more. But let's go with 200. When I
Might
listen
have
to
to
it
be
today, I really, really listen to it. I'm like, oh, wow. Like, it's again with the headphones. And when you really listen to something you've heard so many times, you start to pick up some things, which
Yep.
I've really started to do because of the show, where I used to just listen, but not really listen. What am I listening for? What do I want to say about this song that I need to pick up on? I got to really listen. And I was like, oh shit, I love this goddamn song. I listened to it 5 times in a row. So yeah, probably more than 200 times.
I would imagine it's probably double that.
Yeah.
For me, I would say it's probably double that.
Yeah, I would say it's easily over 200 times for me.
Yeah, well, I think of all the times I went to sleep and listening to Zeppelin 2 and it was just on autoplay, so it would just start over, right? I probably heard it,
Yeah.
12 times that night, you know what I mean? So if you do that a couple of weeks in a row, like, yeah.
And this song is an excellent example of each member of the band coming through and adding their own part.
Oh, yeah.
No
It's
one
probably,
group. I mean, everyone's playing something a little bit different, but it's all in synchronicity, right? And then you got Robert Plant just coming with these really sultry, like silky vocals. He's just coming in nice and calm. And it's like, dude, it's just this song. This was my number 6. So in my
you
list,
might have wrote my last paragraph, Joe. Ramble On perfectly captures Zeppelin's ability to merge myth, blues, folk, and hard rock into something timeless.
yeah, dude, it's one of the few bands where every band, I think, big band, or I should say iconic band, every member excels in some way, right? But Zeppelin's like almost every song, someone's doing their thing,
Yeah.
and that song would not exist without all 4 of those guys.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Even if there was a time in Page and Plant's career where they thought, John Paul Jones is just a bass player, and I don't know, but As he said famously, in there, like I think I brought up before in a previous show, but when he said the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, he goes,
Thank you, my friends, for finally remembering my phone number. Thank you. Bye-bye.
But anyway, that's my list. That's my 4. I'll pass it off to Chris. I know you've already had 2 mentions, so you got 2.
Strong list again.
it just means Chris doesn't have 2. It means Chris is just right.
Right. It verifies it.
Correct.
Yeah, you want to tell some other people about that? Sorry. Yeah. I thought, I don't know, that maybe mine was going to be a little bit of a basic bitch, but apparently not. So for a little while, I suffered from Led Zeppelin fatigue. Dink, do you remember when I was going to sell you my box set?
I do.
At one point, I'm like, I'm done with them. I'm not going to. I always go back to them, though, right? I always end up going back to them. Right?
Always.
So having said that, I'm not surprised that this song wasn't picked already. I couldn't find it charting anywhere until a re-release. It is it is Kashmir.
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
Number 3.
I was way off with the number 1. Holy crap.
3 skins.
Wow.
I fucking love
Me
this
too.
song.
That's a great song.
Me
Oh
too.
my god. The drums draw me in, the fucking symphonic parts draw me in. It's one of those Joe, you're talking about earlier with the headphones. I can smoke a fat one and just lay down, and I could put this on repeat probably and listen to it over and over again.
Yeah.
It didn't chart when it was originally. I don't think it was released as a single when the album first came out. It didn't chart as a single, but it charted as a single in 2007 as digital. Again, UK, Swiss, US Billboard Hot Digital Songs. It was peaked at 33 Canadian Billboard, US Billboard 42, and then 80 of the UK singles. But I fucking love this song.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
It's that song. It is what? How long is it? It's just under 9 minutes long, right? I think.
I'll tell you.
Something like that.
And there's not much variance of that song. It's kind of sits right here, right? With the same
Right.
kind of the same mode and the same intensity the entire time. It's pretty much the same repeated parts over a couple times. You got a couple breakdowns, stuff like that. But dude, how you can continue that for that length and keep my attention and make it so intense.
Right.
It's so good, man. This song is in my top 10. I don't have my number
Me
9.
too.
Number 9.
Obviously.
I was reading about it, and I have a memory of watching when they did the reunion when Jason Bonham played drums.
Yeah.
And I think they started their set with this. And when he came in with the fucking drums, I had goose pimples on my legs. Like, it was actually nominated for Grammy Awards for Best Rock Performance in the 56th Grammys in 2014. So
Just listen to the drum beat in my head over and over.
right, absolutely. As for it being like just a classic fucking rock song, publication Classic Rock in the US had it top 50 classic rock songs of all time at number 20. VH1 in 2000 had it at 62 of the top 100 greatest. Rolling Stone, who we love to talk about, 2010 had it at 500 greatest of all time at 141.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
It makes sense. Yeah.
you
That's-
got that right.
Okay, so the other thing is this song does too. It's one of 3 songs that you can probably call anthems that they have. One band, even iconic legendary bands, are lucky to have one, right?
Yeah.
Right.
These guys have at least 3. If you
Yeah.
ask me.
I would think that even most casual music fans, just as soon as it starts, they either know that or if it was a sample for something else.
Right.
Right. Something else we won't talk about.
And Joe, the answer to that is 8 minutes, 37 seconds.
Okay, yeah, that was it. Thank you.
A pure droning genius.
Fucking love it, dude. Seriously, man, the strings, everything. It's just that again,
It's
a completely
I'm a
different
sucker for
kind of
strings
songs for
like
them.
that, too.
Yeah, it's symphonic, right? Like,
So
Yeah.
big, so oh my god! And plus, again, and I was gonna say this earlier and I forgot, but Page, Robert Plant, he's one of the few vocalists I consider his voice an instrument.
True.
I'm not saying because he sings great. I mean, he uses it as an instrument because he may not be
Right,
singing words,
right.
but he's singing something, and it's always tremendous.
right.
He does a lot of vocalizing outside
Yes,
of
right,
lyrics.
right.
Just you
Yeah.
know,
Conveying some of that emotion, yeah.
one of the
Unless it's
coolest-
Sea of Love.
right. There's a part in this song. It's like right after the middle eight, where Robert Plant just says "Where I belong." It takes 32 seconds to say "Where I belong." Where I be. I love it so much. And the second you said the name, I started.
Yeah, fucking right. Oh, yeah.
And I think you're right. I think the casual music fan, everybody knows it. They might not even know the title.
Yeah.
They
Right.
know that. They know that sound.
Yeah.
Yep, they do.
Well, this song was originally called "Driving to Kashmir."
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, I think I talked about this song in one of the earlier episodes.
You did, yeah, you did. Yep.
Mhm.
No, great pick.
Carry on, Chris. Let's hear what you got.
Well, my next one is the same Z. My number 3 is What Is and What Should Never Be.
Love it.
Blah, 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 blah.
Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah.
It's one of those ones, too, that I will find the live version on YouTube from time to time and just fucking zone out to watching like live footage of them singing that song.
Yeah, no. Great pick.
Uh,
Blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Blah,
That's going to be our new tagline. JustRankPod.com.
blah, blah,
Blah,
blah.
blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Fucking right on.
Fucking right.
We don't fuck around. Number 2 is Misty Mountain Hop.
No, nice.
Oh, there you go. Yes.
Somebody got it in. Nice.
Fucking love this song. And it's one of those ones that people would pick up and play at a party. You know what I mean? Bands
Yep.
would play, fucking friends would play. It'd be, again, on the way to parties and the way back from parties. A lot of, not surprising, like I do, most of this list is nostalgia. Like Joe said, in a couple of weeks, if you ask me if I keep listening to Zeppelin like I have been, it's probably gonna be another 4. But for now, these are the ones, right?
Yeah.
It was released in 71, band's Untitled 4th album, blah, 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 B-side to Black Dog.
This was song 3 of 7 that Hemlock used to play live.
Oh, get out, really?
Loved this. Oh, man. Xander, you're a badass guitar player, and you need to bring this song back.
You guys should,
Oh, my
you guys should
God.
reform and release an album called Hemlock Plays Your Favorite Zeppelin Song.
Right? Exactly. It's an EP.
Yeah,
Extended.
Hemlock plays just ranked choices.
Right? Oh, that'd be cool.
Oh, there you go.
Nice.
And you gave her a little
I made a
down the road.
mistake. I made a mistake. It did chart. It charted 63 in Canada RPM and a 51 Hot 100 US Billboard, 73.
Nice.
I was thinking on that same thing, you put like a quote by Just Rank saying, I fucking love this album. There you go.
Right. Well, what you were just saying, Chris, is if you go, because I went through, like, I initially had a list of 20 songs. The list that I'll be saying after Chris is like the third variant of the initial list that I had. Looking at the chart history of a lot of these songs, there's only a couple that really broke loose on the charts.
Right.
Most of them stayed at that 40 to 60, 40 to 70 range. Most every single time they would chart, but it would be in that mid block of the top 100.
And
then
yet they were the first, known as the first stadium tour band, right? So,
Yeah, and that's what I was talking about in the intro. Yeah.
so it tells you right
And
there,
then you see their albums would chart so much better than just the individual songs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think
That's
you're
what
right.
I kept finding anyways. Yeah.
Because their entire albums were an experience, right? Every song
Right.
was kind of tied together in some way.
Right.
Right.
Album oriented rock.
Yep.
All right, let's hear it. Let's hear it, brother.
My last one is also Samesy, Over the Hills and Far Away,
Nice.
right?
Yep, great song, man. No, seriously. I guess I'm so surprised this song made my list because I just listen to it all the time. So I was like, why is it weird? But yeah, great tune, man.
It just shows up so much in my life too. When like I think back of times when the song would be played around a campfire, fucking.
It's that finger pick intro, right? Where you're just like, oh, here, turn up.
I remember being at work one time and hearing it come out of my boss's office because he was fucking playing the guitar in his office, and I'm like, "That's fucking cool," right?
And
Like,
Plant's voice when he finally kick in, when it kicks into the heavier part, and it's dude, I'm just that voice, man, is good.
So good.
This is why he's the only singer I do this with. He literally just put out a bluegrass album this year that I like. And you know me, I don't like bluegrass, I don't like country, but dude, I'll listen to anything he sings.
Yeah,
really.
Because even at 900 years old, he still can sing.
Right. Well, you had mentioned it on another episode recently about someone singing the phone book. He could do it, and it would be just a chart topper.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
like
listen
the video of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
anyways, that's my list.
Great
Pass
list.
it off to Jimmy.
To me, the list of all lists, Zeppelin. All right, so, yeah, I cut my teeth playing drums, or with learning Zeppelin. There's a whole backstory, but the first summer that I'm self-taught, I took a handful of lessons, which I've talked about on the show here and there. I locked myself in a basement and I said, you know what? I'm going to learn Zeppelin's catalog. And I spent a summer not really doing much, maybe at night going out with friends, but just playing Zeppelin and figuring it out and figuring out feel and form and functionality, all because of this guy, John Bonham. And I just, that made me fall more and more in love with John Bonham. I have to give a shout out to my brother, John. You gave me Zeppelin, and I thank you. So I'll dive into my list. John Bonham is amazing. So number 4, this one kind of shocked me because there was a different song in its place. I can talk about other songs because they're not there anymore. What's the word I'm fucking looking for?
Our picks are done.
Anyway, it's saying somebody else's song. I'm sorry. For the first couple of renditions of my list, this was actually Gallows Pole from Zeppelin 3. I love the story of it, but it is 10 years gone.
Oh, wow.
1975.
Number 5.
Yeah.
Nice.
Originally intended as an instrumental, it had 14 different guitar parts. And then Robert Plant said, yeah, exactly. And Robert Plant said, you know what? I'm going to do something with this. And he came back with this beautiful love song. Robert Plant wrote the lyrics. It's a girlfriend made him make a choice early on in Zeppelin's career. It's either the band or me. Famously, it was the band. But it's such a there's a cool pipe organ in here towards the end. It's kind of subtle in there, but it's so cool. I have a Rick Rubin quote here. I'm going to read it. A deep, reflective piece with hypnotic interweaving riffs, light, dark shadow, and grace.
Yeah.
It sounds like nature coming through the speakers.
Yep.
I love it so much. I don't have a lot of notes in this. Every time I hear the song, I stop what I'm doing and I throw the headphones on and I just chill. And I love it. Zeppelin is one of the greatest headphone rock bands that's ever lived. Absolutely. We talked about that with Pink Floyd and a couple other bands, but Zeppelin for me, it's headphones. Throw the headphones on and just disappear. There's no problems in the world. There's no horrible president. There's no anger amongst friends or family or any of that. Money is non-issue. You just throw the headphones on and you just become jello to Zeppelin. And that's what this song is for me.
Yeah, it's funny because again, this was in my top 4 for a little bit. It pained me to leave it out because I love this song.
Yeah.
My only hope was, and this goes back against what I was saying about I only picked my 4 songs. And I truly did pick the 4 songs. I think I'm my number 4. My only saving grace is I think Jimmy will have this song.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, and I came across that. Obviously, I did some notes, and I came across that Ruben quote as well. And when he said that, I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what this song is.
Nature coming through my speakers.
Yep.
All right. So the Samesy was Kashmir. I love this. I've always loved this. This is one of those songs that my brother brought to me on a platter and said, here's a new life.
Here is heaven. This is what the afterlife was like.
There were herald angels singing and
they're singing da-da-dun, da-da-dun.
Yeah. Just that drum beat that
Oh my God. So good.
It makes you bob your head. It makes you escapism. There's so much escapism with Zeppelin for me, and I love it. The song was written. It took over 3 years to write this song. Robert Plant, Jimmy Page, and John Bonham all wrote this song together. It's one of the few accredited John Bonham songs. John Paul Jones in that Mellotron. Oh, God, it's amazing. A Mellotron, if you don't know, is kind of it's kind of like a early form of sampling. It had these like loops internally that you could pick and choose and kind of alter with a piano keyboard.
Yeah.
I loved it. This is one of Zeppelin's most progressive songs ever. The way from start to finish, how it just turns into multiple different songs, and God, I love it. I'm so excited about the song. Kashmir, I'm gonna stop talking.
Like we said before, man, this song takes so many twists and turns and it still gets back to the like I said, the part everyone remembers, the drum and the the but that it's just everything's. I use this word sometimes when it's such a big song, but it is cinematic. If you could pick one Zeppelin song and say this is a movie, this is that song, man. It's just so big and gigantic. It doesn't know how big it is. I don't think I don't think the song knows how
It's a
big
Megatron.
It's
Megatron.
Dude.
That's so Calvin Johnson.
Again, I thought the song would be my top 4 when I was initially making my list, and it's so fucking good, dude. So good. I mean, I know we say those words all the time, but I mean, how else can you take a song that is simplistic in some ways, but yet so complicated? It took them 2 years to write. 3 years to write. It's like, dude, so good.
I don't know if I'm misremembering this, but it seems to me like this is the Zeppelin song that grabbed me for Zeppelin. I could be misremembering that.
Makes sense.
I think it is though. Just like
I mean, if you think about it, in some ways, you were a big Floyd fan. I mean,
yeah,
you could almost say this is kind of Floyd-esque in some ways.
Yeah.
In tone.
Yep. Right.
Yeah. It just the
way it progresses too. Yeah.
John Paul Jones is do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Yep.
I love that. Do-do-do-do-do-do. God, it's so great. All right, I'll move on.
Great pick.
Somebody asked me, his name is Steve Ryder out there in Palatine, Illinois. He asked me one time, we were sitting around drinking in Chris Duffney's basement, and he said, what is the most memorable guitar opening? And to me, he gave me a bunch of different songs and whatnot. And I said, I can tell you right now, it is Led Zeppelin's Song Remains the Same. Oh my God. I just that. Oh God, I love that. Doom, 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 doom. John Paul Jones, again, the savior of the band, because he brought it all together. The lunacy separated would be like, discombobulated, disjointed. But then John Paul Jones brings it all together with a nice little beautiful bow and a great, beautiful gift. I was going to say package.
Thank you.
Yep. Originally, I'm sorry, this is off of Houses of the Holy, 1973. Originally, it was an instrumental titled Overture. And then again, Plant added lyrics, and original name was called The Campaign. I love this song. I can fall into the headphone gods with this song too.
Yep.
That's 4 tracks off that album. That is actually a little bit surprising because it doesn't get well, in my circles anyway, it doesn't get the love that 2 and 4 and 1 and 3. Like, I don't know. Houses of Holy always seem to be a little bit of a lesser to some people. I'm like, it's so good.
I don't, like, see, that was, again, talking about Mount High School. That was one of the albums we played all the time.
Yeah, me too.
Right.
Me too.
I'm going to just take a couple seconds and I'm going to let Brad Granroth answer my number 1. I'll wait. Full in the Fucking Rain. This is the greatest Zeppelin song that has ever been recorded. I love this song so much. I spent so much time trying to do that breakdown and figure it out. I finally did. The Purdy shuffle that plays predominantly through the song, also relative to the Picaro shuffle. I've always loved this. The piano in it. There's a ragtime feel during the breakdown. The shuffle. It's the last single that the band released before they broke up. They never got a chance to play it live, which I'd pay money to see them play this live. Although Robert Plant did play it with Pearl Jam for the Hurricane Katrina relief concert. So they played this song live. It wasn't a Zeppelin. It was a Zeppelin song, but it was Plant with Pearl Jam. I haven't seen this. I found that in the notes. So I'm looking forward to diving in and checking that out. Somehow finding a way to put that on vinyl would be amazing. There's such a cool feel that Zeppelin was able to pull out of their ass all of the time. And this is one of those just amazing moments. Headphone rock. I keep saying it every single song. Love this.
Great pick.
Yeah, I figured this was gonna be on your list. Like I said, I knew you.
I kind of had a feeling too.
Yeah, you love this song, and for obvious reasons, this was number 7 on my list. So I'm right up there with you because for a while there, a lot of my songs were almost gonna be kind of the more they're laid. My top 4 was almost like all laid back songs, and this was in my top 4.1 point. So yeah, it's such a good. That keyboard part, the piano part, and everything else, it's just so good. And again, he comes in with his voice at the perfect. It's just everything's perfect, man. He comes with the right tone, the right swagger. This song hits really hard for being, a really chill song.
Can't wait for the night.
Yeah, with the shuffle, I figured if you didn't have it, you were gonna mention it anyway.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I spent a lot of time trying to figure this out, and I didn't always have it right. It wasn't until the YouTube era to where I actually saw people bring it down. And it's really cool about YouTube. Thank you, YouTube. Is you can get almost all of Zeppelin's isolated drums to listen to them and figure it out. Like, holy shit, I didn't even hear that. That's how it goes.
Right.
I spent a lot of years playing a lot of Zeppelin stuff wrong, playing it by what I thought I heard, but the actuality was wrong.
Well, again, you're playing by ear, right? You can only hear so much in stereo or in the stereo mix, right?
And John Bonham has a lot of ghost notes. Like you don't really, it's until you hear it isolated, you don't hear that going on in there. You just hear, but yeah. All right. So, I mean, Zeppelin, there wasn't a bad pick tonight.
No.
As a lifelong Zeppelin fan, there's only 2 Zeppelin songs that I can't stand, and that's Hot Dog and Carousel Aramba. I can't stand those 2 songs, and I skip over it, skip on the fast forward button, fast through the cassette, whatever I can to not hear those songs. I'm happy to not hear them. But the rest of the catalog is mind-blowing and fucking amazing. I am so glad that we got to go on this journey, especially with you 3 guys and the watchers and listeners. This is Zeppelin. There's no extras. This is it. Thank you so much. Visit justrankpod.com. Check out the new merch. Check out Apple, Spotify, YouTube. Check it out. I'm Jimmy. Him Dink. Him Chris. Him Joe. Love you. Go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself. In a good way. Just Ranked is researched and produced by the Just Ranked crew. Editing and mixed by Joe Burgle. Socials and marketing by DJR Media Services. Theme music by Blue Joker. If you're enjoying the show, please set your podcast app to download new episodes and help spread the word by leaving a review and tell everyone you know to listen.